There are two kinds of people in the world, my friend. Those with a rope around their neck and the people who have the job of doing the cutting. Listen, the neck at the end of the rope is mine. I run the risks.
The Chapman Automotive Group brings to you the good, the bad, and the ugly.
You may run the risks, my friend, but I do the cutting.
Find an extensive selection of high-quality vehicles at Chapman Automotive Group by going to ChapmanTucson.com today.
Visit ChapmanTucson.com. Chapman Automotive Group, they offer one of the largest selections of new and used cars for sale online in Arizona. 7 brands, 9 different locations. Again, ChapmanTucson.com. And World Cup coming up. We got to get our guy Neb Jonas back on the show. Talk a little footy. All right, the good, the bad, and the ugly, brought to you by Chapman Automotive Group. I will get things started, Ollie. I know you're probably going to talk about the University of Arizona men's basketball team going to the Final Four, and rightfully so. I want to keep it still with the U of A, but something that happened over the weekend, and that is involving Arizona Wildcats softball. So Arizona softball, they had a home series over this past weekend, and Sunday was Jenny Finch bobblehead night, or bobblehead day.
Sweet.
And you know, sometimes we've seen bobblehead nights in the past at the U of A, and the person is not there. Like, I remember they had a Gronk bobblehead night, and Gronk wasn't even there. But they had Jenny Finch there. Jenny Finch shows up to Tucson, Arizona for her own bobblehead night at Rita Hillenbrand Stadium. And then on top of that, she gave a golden ticket to Arizona catcher Sydney Stewart to go play in the Athletes Unlimited Softball League. Jenny Finch she's a big figure in that league, and she's been a huge contributor to the rise of professional softball in the last few years. And in order to get into the league, you got to be presented with a golden ticket. And, man, I can't imagine the emotions that Sydney Stewart is feeling, that Jenny Finch bobblehead night, you're seeing Jenny Finch, perhaps the greatest softball player in program history, tell you, hey, we want you to be a part of our league. I think that is spectacular. So that is my good. Sydney Stewart getting the golden ticket. She's a standout catcher for the Arizona softball team, arguably the best player for the Wildcats this year. Good to see her get the golden ticket. Last year we saw Devin Netz, the Shohei Ohtani of college softball. Great hitter, great pitcher. She was presented with a golden ticket, but she wasn't. Jenny Finch wasn't giving it to her. So shout out to Sydney Stewart for getting that golden ticket. Great honor.
Yeah, awesome. Mine today is the great, the really cool, and it's time to talk about it. Okay?
Ooh.
So the great, I mean, you just have to go with the Arizona Wildcats basketball team going to the Final Four. I mean, so happy for my community. I'm so happy for my university. I'm so happy for Tommy Lloyd, Jack Murphy, TJ Benson, Brandon, Kenny, Emoy, J-Rock, Chris Rounds, all these guys that I've gotten to know. They put so much passion, dedication, and effort, and they know how important it is to our community, and they are genuinely emotional to be able to bring this, and let's keep it rolling, man. Two more. Let's hoist that second national championship trophy. This is the team that can do it. I'm so proud to be an Arizona Wildcat. I'm so proud to be friends with those men. I'm so proud to be a Tucsonan. And it's going to be a great week, everybody. Enjoy this. Appreciate it. Appreciate this team, this special, special team. And let's go to Indianapolis, and let's kick everybody's ass.
Hell yeah.
Amen, brother. All right.
My bad for this week, in addition to the Kit Kat heist that's going on, man, it's just amazing. A massive 12-ton shipment of Nestle's Kit Kat bars, they were stolen en route to Europe. And
what?
Yeah. So
like an actual shipment.
Like an actual shipment
Gotcha.
of Kit Kats. Transporting 413,793 units of chocolate. So I don't know how many Kit Kat bars that is, but it's more than 12 tons of chocolate.
I am the captain now.
Yeah. Dude, it was absolutely insane, man. But no, my bad is Florida man. This guy, the super buff guy that's turned into like a mascot for March Madness.
Oh yeah.
This guy, for some reason, he keeps wearing jerseys of teams that are left in the NCAA tournament, and the guy is 0 for 4. He started off with.
I told you.
Yeah.
You said, hey, we want him rooting for Arizona. I'm like, no, we don't.
No.
I want him wearing an Arkansas jersey, and then I want him wearing a Purdue jersey. And you know what? Florida guy.
He is Florida man.
I got your, triple X Michigan jersey on its way, buddy.
The guy was rocking a Florida jersey. They lost. A Nebraska Cornhuskers jersey. They lost. Iowa. They lost. And then he wore a Duke jersey to the game yesterday, and sure enough, Duke blew a 19-point lead, lost to UConn. Now they're going home.
We haven't even touched on that game. Unbelievable.
I don't blame Caden Boozer. I blame Florida man for Duke losing that game. That's my bad.
Poor Caden Boozer, man. Poor Caden Boozer. Maybe less commercials with him and his brother might be a good idea.
I told you my theory, right?
What's that?
If you have a national ad campaign and it's just one member of a team, and it's like everywhere, like teams in ads, that happens. But if it's one guy accepting a lot of money, their team's not going to win. Like the whole thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope there's no.
Remains rock solid.
National
exactly.
advertisers, please stay away from my Arizona Wildcats.
I think we're good for this year.
Yeah. I'd like to talk about the very cool. Yesterday, Gary Woodland won the Houston Open.
Man, what a story.
Now, if you don't know Gary Woodland's story, it's incredible, man. It's the first time he's won a PGA Tour event in 7 years. 3 years ago, he had brain surgery, and they didn't know if he was going to recover. A year ago, he was diagnosed with PTSD resulting from the brain surgery and some other things that are going on in his life. And for a man to go through those things in life and then on the biggest stage in the PGA Tour, be able to come home with a victory. I don't know if you guys saw after he won and his interview, clearly emotional, his family emotional, and I just want to say kudos to Gary Woodland. Very cool, man. Good for you, and just an unbelievable story of what that gentleman has gone through in his life.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
One great golf story to one that is very sad, and that is my ugly. And Tiger Woods, man.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods.
Doing everything you can to not come to the Kohler Garden.
Get a driver, dude.
Seriously.
Get a driver, buddy.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And it's just such a sad story because this guy is the greatest golfer of all time, one of the greatest athletes of all time, and it seemed like he was in a really good place after his last car accident. He's working through those injuries, and he was doing stuff with TGL and going on with YouTube golfers, and was just being such a great ambassador for the game, and he still is. But also, dude, you got to get a driver, man. If you know that you're on certain medication for your back or whatever it is, and you don't feel comfortable enough to drive, dude, get a freaking driver. You are a millionaire. You've got the world in the palm of your hands, and yet you go through more cars than I do cell phones. So
yeah, look, you got to understand, this guy was raised to have one thing in his life, which is golf, and to be the center of attention in golf. And he's no longer that, and he's constantly in chronic pain, so many surgeries, so many injuries. And I get it. It's hard to dull the pain. You got to dull the pain, and it's just so painful. But be smart about it. Honestly, Tiger, I think it's time for a therapist because you are dealing with a lot of stuff, and the way you were raised, and to be where you are now at the age of 50, I get it. So I hope he gets therapy. I hope he has somebody that can help him.
Yeah.
All right, to my last segment.
Oh boy,
it's time to get real. So look, I've said it before. I'll say it again. Tommy Lloyd is not just the head basketball coach at Arizona. He's the face of Arizona athletics. And other coaches at Arizona, they go to him for counsel and advice. And when you saw the celebration after the game, it wasn't an administrator shaking hands. It was Brent Brennan and Tommy Lloyd sharing a special moment after the game. And I know every single coach at Arizona, when they're like, you know what, if there's a dilemma with regards to their job or with what they're doing with their team, the question always comes down to, what would Tommy do? What would Tommy do? And you can go to Tommy Lloyd's office, and Tommy Lloyd gives you the time. The man leads our program with humility, with grace, with dignity. He is genuine. And so keeping him at Arizona means more than just sports. Arizona's enrollment is down 20% from last year. These things, Arizona on the national stage, it matters in a lot of ways that go beyond sports. kids are seeing Arizona maybe for the first time. They're like, oh, maybe I want to go to Arizona. Those things do happen. And so whatever needs to happen, if it's he needs more resources to make sure that he keeps a team that's competitive and always at this level, you give it to him. I don't think it's about the money for him, but if he's like, I need more money for my assistant coaches, you give it to him. And look, we see this in pro sports all the time. A coach and a GM do not get along. And if there's an administrator, if it's true, if our athletic director and him, if it's a toxic environment, she's got to go. And it's not even close. It's not even close, right? If there's the rumors out there, I don't know. If there's rumors out there that there's maybe some things that were done improperly when it comes to the financials of Arizona athletics, that on its own, exit stage door left. But if it's just, look, if it's just not a good working relationship, then we need to get somebody in there that does provide that good working relationship. Because the face of Arizona athletics is not our athletic director, and it's not like in years past our president. It is Tommy frickin' Lloyd.
Yeah.
So whether it's resources, whether it's a little bit more for assistant coaches, whether it's better practice facility, whether it's I want new nets on the baskets in Jefferson, I don't care what it is. Or if it's I cannot have a productive, positive working relationship with this athletic director, this administrator, the choice, the box to check is Tommy Lloyd. So President Garamella, I know you got a lot of emails over the weekend. You're going to get more. You're going to get calls. We are from Tucson. I know you're coming from Vermont, from the East Coast. I want you to know the traditions and the sanctity of Arizona basketball is as important as anything else the university does. And right now we have the perfect ambassador for not just our basketball program, but our university. And so let's beat Michigan's ass. Let's go win the national championship. And then you sit down with Tommy and you say, Tommy, what is it that you need?
Yeah.
Here's a blank piece of paper. And whatever he writes down, I want you to sign the bottom, whether it's money, resources for teams, or this person must go. They must go.
Does that conversation happen after the championship, or because there are other programs that are putting the full court pressure on Tommy Lloyd?
I do it now. You're right.
Like getting the biggest face in the history of the program, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. They're like, hey, come coach my alma mater.
Justin, I stand corrected. That conversation needs to happen today.
Yeah.
Today. And you can do, hey, here's an amicable separation. Here's the resources I'm dedicating. Here's what I'm willing to do. I'm going to get there. Whatever it is. Today.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah, I agree.
Get it done.
It needs to happen, man. It needs to happen. And one thing about, Tommy that you said, Tommy's one of the most easygoing guys ever. He is so easy to work with, and yet I don't even work with him directly. But based off of the people that I've had conversations with, talking to you, talking with people that are connected to the Arizona basketball program, Tommy is such a great man. Tommy's just an easy person. Like, he's so easy to get along with. So if you have a bad relationship with Tommy Lloyd,
what does that say about you?
That's what I'm saying.
What does that say about you?
So,
and you know what? Let's be honest. It's probably not just him.
Yeah. Other coaches, other people inside Arizona athletics. So
it's time. It's time to put an end to all this nonsense. So, Mr. President, as a passionate supporter of the University of Arizona Athletics, I think an ambassador in a way of Arizona Athletics, someone who tries to make my community proud with everything I do, it's time. Let's put an end to it today.
All right. That is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, brought to you by Chapman Automotive Group. Visit them at chapmantucson.com.